Let us welcome Waverly Brown.
Yes. My speech title would be Interview Techniques, Interview Tips. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity today to talk to you about interview techniques. Why are interview techniques very important? Well, currently in this country we have 12.3 million Americans unemployed. Of that 0.3 million Americans that are unemployed, 4.7 million have been seeking employment 27 weeks or longer. That is why, if you are selected as an employment candidate, it is very important for you to prepare because it's competitive. Preparation is needed because you're going to walk into a room and there's going to be a panel of people in that room. A panel of people that you've never met before. A panel that has synergy within themselves. They know what they're looking for in a candidate. They know where you're going to be placed in the workplace. They know your supervisor. And they know the atmosphere or the environment where you're going to be placed. Where you're going to be placed. So therefore, you need to be prepared. So the word of today is prepare. That's the word for today. Prepare in the area of your appearance, listening and responding to questions, as well as asking the interviewer questions. Now, why is your appearance important at an interview? Your appearance is very important, again, because they know where you're going to be placed. And one thing that always stands out in an interview, for some reason, are tattoos. Now, everybody has tattoos, whether you're in the military, but it's the placement of that tattoo. When you're coming in for an interview, I don't want to see God Bless America going across your neck. I don't want to see that. Nor do I want to see cleavage and somewhere along the line your blouse is puckering out and I'm trying to look and see, is that a J or an L that I see on that tattoo? I don't want to see all that. So when you're going on an interview, cover up. Get prepared. Go to the cleaners. Go to the hairdresser. Go to the barber. What does your appearance express to an interviewer? It expresses to them that you put effort into yourself, discipline into yourself, and professionalism. That's why your appearance is very, very important to you. Another thing that's very important to you is your listening skills. Listening skills. Now, the reason why I say your listening skills is because most people don't listen. They're so nervous. So the first thing a recruiter is going to say, I have been on the side of the table that you're now sitting on. So that should make you a little more comfortable. But listen to what they're going to ask you and prepare to respond. Now, what I usually do, I usually tell people to prepare when you're selecting companies that you like to work for, get a file folder. In that file folder, write the name of the company, print out the position description, and also a little bit about the company. Because one of the first questions they're going to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about the position that you're about to apply for, and how it relates to this, how your work experience relates to this position? The last response you want to make, I've applied to so many jobs, I don't know which position this is. You don't want to say that. That's a no-no. Because that means you're not prepared. So by putting the Get in a little job folder, the name of the company, so when a recruiter calls you, you have your position description, you have something about the company, and when they ask you the question, you're already prepared, the word of the day, prepared to regurgitate your position description. When you're getting ready for an interview, you need to practice. When you're selected as a candidate, generally 40 to 50 people have applied for the position that you're applying for. The first 5 will be selected. If they don't work out, the next 5 will be selected. When you go in there and you have your position description and you can regurgitate what the job is about and respond to the questions, and when they say brief, they mean brief. And if you're 50 years old, you don't start at the first job you came out of high school with and bring it all the way back over, because a recruiter and the Synergy team, they're thinking, OMG, OMG. Here goes your life history, and we're going to be in the room for another hour. See, you have to, when you go into an interview, you have to think about the recruiters. You are giving a persuasive speech to convince someone to hire you. That's what it's all about. Knowing that position, regurgitating that position. That's why you have to practice. You've got to stand in the mirror. You have to listen, have somebody read the questions to you, give them some feedback, record yourself, listen to yourself, watch your body language, because it's competitive. When recruiters are there in a recruiting setting, they're going to hear 10 or 15 people besides you. How do you make yourself memorable? You make yourself memorable by your appearance, by one time coming in, looking sharp, and put a splash of color. Because after interviewing 10 people, and they all come in black, they're not going to remember you. Another thing, ask the interview questions. Ask the interviewer questions. Because if you don't, and you find out you have a 90-day probation period, and your office is as big as a closet, and you're sitting in this little closet, and you're not the head of the team that you thought you were going to be, and you don't have the supervisory experience that you thought to be, that's your fault because you didn't ask any questions. So find out something about the company so you can ask the appropriate questions. Ladies and gentlemen, it pays to be prepared when you're going into an interview. When you have 12.3 million people unemployed and you were blessed enough to be selected as a candidate, your resume was on point, you were selected, go in there prepared. Prepared in your appearance, listening, responses, answering questions. Because preparation meets opportunity, and opportunity will be employment opportunities. Thank you very much.